Here is what his former coach, Steve Kerr, had to say on the Warriors' dynasty window. Quote, "It's rare. We know we have a bigger window than most teams do in this position. This has been an incredible run, and that's going to be very difficult to match, but we want to just keep it going for as long as we can." And of course, people, they always want to know what Steve Kerr thinks about this because he played on the Bulls dynasty, and that Bulls dynasty broke up. People will go back and tell you, well, they didn't have to, and obviously the politics with Jerry Krause and all the different people involved. So we know what can break up a dynasty, and it's not necessarily the other teams. With the Warriors, what do you think the biggest threat to this dynasty is? Is it individual players, or is it a different team? Is it the Celtics? Like, is it the Rockets?
Nah, it's themselves. You know, if they break that team up, they in control of their own destiny. They can keep this team together. You know, it's gonna tell how they do this year. If they do great this year, then that's gonna kind of lead them into everybody coming back and playing again next year. But the only enemy they have is them. If they break this team up, you know, that's the only thing that can stop them.
The difference, though, in '98, what happened with the Bulls was management tried to get cute and say, we're going to get a head start on the rebuild, even though they just won 3 championships in a row.
They wasn't as deep as this team either.
But I'm saying, this 20 years later, now you've got a team where teams don't break up because management's trying to get cute or because they can't afford stuff or whatever. It's because players decide, okay, I've had enough of this. So what you say it's them, yeah, it's them. It could be management if they try to get cute, but it could also be the players. If Klay Thompson says, Draymond's a year away, but if Klay Thompson says, yeah, I'm good, or if Kevin Durant says, okay, this was fun, now I'm gonna go somewhere else. That could break it up. But in terms of, is there a team that's prepared to defeat this team right now as constructed? I don't think so.
So looking at this list, right? Klay Thompson has come out the last couple days and all but said, I'm going to take a little less to resign. So we'll see what he does. But I would tend to, like, I know that things can change, but I would tend to say that what he says is probably what's going to happen. So that's his situation. Kevin Durant is, of course, a big mystery, right? He could have signed a longer-term deal this past summer. He didn't. He signed a 1-and-1. So with him, there's a question of, okay, what does he want, right, for the future of his career? And then Draymond has talked about, hey, I want money. I want my money. I've taken a little less, and I want my money. Of those things with Draymond and KD, Stack, how do you balance that? Because these individual players, they absolutely have a right to say, I want to get paid. KD would have a right to say, hey, I want a different challenge. I want to play somewhere where I am back to sort of being more the main star so people don't give me a hard time about joining a 73-win team, whatever it is. As a player, how do you balance those individual sort of needs with the fact that you were on this amazing dynasty team? And which way should you go?
They making money regardless. That's why I think it's a possibility that they can keep, you know, this team together because they all making more money than they've ever made before. But at the same time, egos come into play, you know, and stuff like that. I hope they keep them together, Rachel, but I just don't see Draymond staying and taking less money. I see him going to get as much as he can and going and test that free agency. That's the only person I see leaving. I think KD and Klay going to try to make it work.
That's weird because I would say that Draymond, he's going to get his money and he's going to get it.
He deserves it.
He's going to get it from Golden State because they know more than anyone else how important he is. I hate when people say, oh, Draymond Green, it's easy because you play. He makes so many things happen for them. And I think the Warriors know and understand that I don't think they'd risk letting him walk.
I wouldn't.
This is what I would say. Durant is the biggest risk to walk, and if he did, I still think the Warriors would be the best team in the NBA, just not as dominant as
because they won a championship without him already.
Exactly. So so I think if it comes down to it, they'll pay their guys. But you know, if Durant wants to walk, I could see them letting him walk.
It's gonna be so.
Yeah, that would be fun, wouldn't it?
They're gonna be good regardless, though. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Great. I also, by the way, if they stay together, that could be really fun.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. That's awesome.
Right?
That's what I want, right?
So I know we talk about all the permutations, but the permutation of them staying all together could be pretty awesome.
We haven't even seen them with Boogie yet.